In terms of my knowledge about gangs, or I prefer to refer to them as hard-to-reach communities, is probably second to none, because there aren't many people that have actually lived a life and have lived within those communities virtually for the whole of my adult life. Would have that extensive knowledge base of not only the sort of the literature and the research around those communities, but also the practical application of those things, which is, I think, where my real strength is. In the past, ministers, whether it's Minister Horomia or Sharples, because they know of my gang connections, have directed me to organise teams to go mediate. And quite often this has been done sort of at the request of the police, and I'm talking about people like Wally Homaha, because they know that we're effective. And likewise for myself, I'd be scorned upon, gangs, what are you wasting your time with them? Don't go and do it, but then the ministers, you go, and then I go here, you go, and then they don't want to know about it. And I find that very hurtful. I find that, in my view, it's actually abusive. You use people, you put people into a danger zone, because it is a dangerous place to be, when bullets are flying around, and quite often you don't know what you're walking into. You go in there based on trust on your reputation and the reputation of your team. And that's why, what's happened with Ngā Pari, I have considerable empathy for them. But what the literature doesn't talk about is that you've got to penetrate those communities before you can engage them. And these communities aren't always that accessible to mainstream agencies or, social workers, which is therein lies a significant proportion of the problem, which is why they're referred to as hard-to-reach communities. And I guess how I've been effective is that I am able to penetrate those communities and engage them into pro-social activities and work. That's my strength, and I'm sure that's the same strength that Ngā Pari has, is that his affiliation allows him to penetrate and engage. And so while other agencies talks about engagement, talking about it is one thing, doing about it is quite a different thing. And the ones that are effective will be the ones that are intelligent enough to say, hey, look, we need to use the people that have a connection, that have some respect, have some mana with those communities, and we should be using them effectively. And but obviously when we're in this stage of the discussion, it's not about intelligence, it's not about being smart, it's just about rhetoric and biases and stupidity.
Judith Collins said that the only place for a gang member in a prison is behind bars. What's your response to that?
Yeah, well, I guess first and foremost, it's a very unintelligent comment by a very intelligent person. So one has to question the motive behind that. Maybe she's trying to reassert her toughness. Certainly she made a reputation on picking on boy racers in the past and crushing their cars. Since she's come back into cabinet, she's had to reinvent herself, but she wants to maintain that sort of tough guy image, I suppose. So I find it's all very sad that someone has to resort to such unintelligent sorts of comments.